Hello, cool kickers. We've got a rewind for you this week. We don't have a new episode, so what we're going to do is put together episode 23 for you. And this is Food Order Workplace Cats. Food Order Workplace Cats. And in this, we review workplace bathroom usage, and it's one of my favorite conversations we've ever had. So sit back and enjoy, and we'll have a new episode for you next week. Enjoy the rewind, guys. Love you. Bye.
Well, hello, all you cool kickers. Welcome to Kick the Cool. This is the podcast that you are listening to as we speak, and we are so glad that you have found yourself to this place once again. I, of course, am your little brother, Wopsle.
I'm America's big sister, Shishi.
And I am your big little brother, Tone.
And this is the podcast that gives you the reviews that you didn't know you needed. And we're just all about helping people, you know? That's what we do.
That's all we want to do.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly
it's almost
helping.
a job. It's
never stopping.
So I've been thinking about lately about how universal birth order is. You know, like I think most people would say that in the birth order, the oldest sibling is the most responsible, people would say.
Anal, some others might say.
Well, and I think that that's true about us too, right? As siblings, that ours is our oldest sibling is both the most anal and most responsible.
Well, my hands are on my hips right now as we speak.
Which is such an older sibling thing to do. Do you guys feel like it's pretty universal?
It is.
Yeah. But it's because the parents are, I think, putting a lot of pressure on the oldest one to, this is my experience and the experience of my children, putting a lot of pressure on, we have to take care of the kids, we have to learn how to cook, we have to do all that stuff. And then the little kids don't have to learn as much because the older one's doing the helping. So they don't have to learn as fast.
So what's interesting is Sherry is the most conscientious. She's the most anal, let's say. And that does not make me the second most anal. What that does is, so here's what I think happens. The parents say, we've got to get this one right with the first one. The second one, they go, I don't know what we're doing. The third one, they go, let's just have fun. And then that ends up being, for the third child, that ends up being a great thing. And they end up being better at stuff. Because
I'm just going to throw something in here. I think that the reason the second child has more problems is because the first child raised the second child.
Oh, right. Yeah,
that's a great point.
Because I was in charge a lot and I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. And I think that, all that pressure. Yeah. And then you're right, Tone, by the third one, there's like the parents are like, okay, I'm done with pressure. And so younger kids aren't kind of the crazy, I can do nothing wrong. Just because they got away with everything. Although I did get away with everything. It's more because all that pressure isn't helpful.
Right.
Like a little bit of freedom is actually better and more helpful.
Right.
Now,
yes. And you finally figure that out by the third one.
Right. Or you just give up and then you find out that it worked 18 years later.
That's right. Well,
Now,
13 years later is usually when you find out.
Now, in our family, the oldest sibling was the first one born. Do you think that's pretty universal, or is there some leeway there?
I don't think so.
No.
I think that usually, well, whenever you're in the hospital and you're about to have your baby and you roll the 6-sided die.
Right.
To see what order they're going to be. And so,
okay, right. Yeah.
1 to 2, 2 to 3, or yeah, I don't know how to count.
Right now, I forget that was 1 to 2 the oldest, or is 1 to 2 the youngest?
Sherry, could you take this, please?
Do you remember what was yours rolled? What did Mom roll?
I was 1 to 2. Yes.
Okay, right.
Of
so
course.
It's birth order first. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, cool. Now, and I think
number one. Sherry's always got to be number one.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
what
not
else
just
is
your
new?
big sister. I'm America's big sister.
But in that
I
scenario, I will say you were 1 to 2, so you were number 1, or you might have also been number 2. Hello, number 2.
Or the lesser of the two. Yes.
Number 2 in some circles. Number 2 means poop.
Hold that thought.
Okay. Oh, here we go again. Always about poop on this show.
We're 3 minutes in and we've already got there. Well, then I was also thinking, it would have been funny, Tony, if you ended up being first, because it's been my experience that the oldest sibling is always female.
Yeah, always.
And so if you had ended up being the oldest, then it would have been a really, I don't know that you would have made a great female is what I'm trying to say.
No, it would have been really
There
really
are
tough.
older brothers.
What?
There are older brothers.
No, I have.
There are families that the oldest.
Yeah, Wopsle has an older brother.
I have an older brother. I have one of those.
There are families. I don't know if you know this, but some families start with a boy, and so the boy is the firstborn.
Wait,
did you know that?
That doesn't work on the dice, though.
You're saying if the dice, it's how the dice fall, which I get what you're saying.
Oh,
I hear you loud and clear, She. It has
That
to
does
do with
kinda
the
make
dice.
Okay, right.
What's
Yeah,
interesting?
one is female, 2 is male.
Right.
Duh.
Oh yeah.
Okay, right.
I always
man.
forget that part.
I remember that's what a Punnett square is, right? I remember that now from biology about the 1s and the 2s and the birth order.
Sure.
What's a pundit square?
Just let it go.
Let it go. Okay. Because I
Punnett square is a
remember
biology thing.
the only thing I remember from biology was avocado's number. Avocado's number.
You don't have an
that
avocado's
was-
number in your head right now.
That was chemistry.
You got avocado's number?
6.02 times 10 to the 23rd.
Nice. I have
Did
no
I get
idea.
it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, that was the best bluff ever.
Thanks. I have no
wow,
idea what
you're so good at that.
avocado's number is.
Okay, listen, I think that biology and chemistry are both things we can try to help people with, but the only certain way we have to help people is to review some things that they didn't know that they needed to know about. So let's go ahead and get into what we do to pay the bills around here.
Yeah.
Shishi, you're up first this week. What are you reviewing?
Well, this is really important. I think a lot of people struggle with this topic. And so I would like to shed some insight on going to the bathroom at work.
Oh, so many people right now, they're already getting helped. Already just by you saying that.
I don't want to just go around saying the P words, okay? Because we're going to be saying it a lot, I think, in this topic. So I would maybe say something different instead of the P words.
I think we already got there, didn't we? Oh, okay. You have some.
I have some alternatives.
Okay, great.
I mean, you can use any euphemism you like, but I would like to I give you the choice of either calling it whistling and stomping. Okay.
Whoa, this is getting abstract.
That's so farther out there than I was ready to go.
Right. I was thinking like drain the weasel or something like.
I was thinking like Mountain Dew and Kit Kat. Those were the first two things I was thinking.
That's perfect.
You
went.
That's
so
perfect.
You were so much farther out there, though.
You're going to include some other ones, and it's going to be like Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like, I'm not.
Oh, that is perfect. Oh, my gosh.
And we all know what fire would be. We've all been through there.
Oh,
We've all been there.
But then I thought maybe you guys would want to go in the basketball direction, and so we could call it shooters and dunkers. Shooting and dunking. Or we can go Mountain Dew Kit Kat. Okay, so that's my thought. We just are not going to use the words. Okay, so another euphemism that I really like, and I just want to say it because it's funny, is taking the kids to the pool. That's hilarious.
Dropping them off. There's also the taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. That was always one of my faves.
A great one.
I love that one. That's great.
But it doesn't
but we're not
include
talking
shooters. That's
partially
the only problem.
because, well, right.
Okay, but we're not talking about euphemisms. That is just a means to an end. And the end is to help people know what to do when they have to use the bathroom at work.
Yes.
Do you have any advice for people, Tony?
Well, I actually do. Okay, so when you go in, the first thing to do is make sure you get the good stall. Now, you're going to feel compelled to not take the biggest stall available because there's going to be some sort of moral quandary in your head. I want you to get rid of that. Take the big stall immediately and every time. It's good. It's got so much room. You can move around a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you can get done with while you're doing your dunker. You can get done with your, what's wiping called? What are we going to call wiping?
You can call it wiping.
Oh, we can? Okay.
I think it's a free throw.
Sure.
You can get done with your, so there's so much room. You can you can be in the middle of doing your free throw while dunking. This is getting so weird. Anyway, the point is, you've got plenty of room. Go for it. Take the big stall.
And the old lady in the wheelchair out waiting for you can just suck it and hold it in.
Yes.
Because, okay.
All she was going to do was whistle anyway. I've got a stomp that needs to happen.
Well, of course, my mind went straight. I forget we're a co-ed podcast, and I was like, why is there a lady waiting for the stall that I'm in anyway? She's found herself in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay, the guy with prostate problems, and how about that? I don't know.
Yeah. No, Tony, this is great advice. Listen, you've had a hard day at work. You're out there grinding. You're doing emails. You've got another meeting coming up. You deserve the big stall for a few extra minutes in the middle of your day.
That's
where
right.
You can get done stomping, get done cheering. You can slam dunk your free throw, and then you can just kind of like chill out for a bit and play some Switch, the Nintendo Switch until it's time to go back.
Right.
You can check your email in your office, and then you can go to the bathroom and check your email in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
now, what you don't want to ever do if you are, I've heard that you don't ever want to accidentally take a picture while you're in there, because if someone is in the other stall and they hear you take a picture while you're in your stall, that's going to be a really weird moment.
Well, let me tell you why this came up.
Oh.
Okay. So, my building is a 3-floor building. We have 2 bathrooms on each floor. It's a very small, it looks really nice on the outside and really big, but it's really small. It just has a few offices. So there's not a lot of people that use these bathrooms, but there's 2 levels. And then the lower level, the basement level, is a big concrete room, basically, that's just a storm shelter, but it has bathrooms in there too. And so I will do anything I can to avoid making someone spray air freshener.
Yes.
Because it kills me. So I have taken to walking down all the way down to the basement. I'm on the 2nd floor, so I walk 3 flights of steps, and I use the bathroom down there.
Now let's interrupt real quick and just say she has an allergy to fragrance. So that's why this
I
bugs
can't
her.
be around it. Yeah. You're wearing too much perfume. I don't know who needed to hear that, but yeah. So
all of you.
I'm not going to get political. But anyway, so it makes me very self-conscious to go to the basement, and I like to exercise too. Like I'm a sedentary worker, and so I like to have the 3 flights of stairs every time I need to use the bathroom. But then I'm like walking down the stairs and thinking, okay, they know that I'm going down there to shoot some hoops. Mm-hmm. So, is that okay? I don't want my coworkers knowing this, but they'd know it if I went in the bathroom up there anyway, because I'm not going to use any air freshener. And so, it's really, and these bathrooms are right on, there's a big atrium with the central staircase, and the bathrooms are right there, and it is huge and echoey. And so you never know if people can hear you on those echoing through. So I like the basement. It's quiet. It's moldy. Nobody wants to go down there. Right. I know I'm not going to be disturbed. They just, I feel like I'm going to my execution every time I walk down there. Because they know where I'm going.
I in my position for years now, I've always had interns working with me. And so I'm teaching them how to do the job. And, I'm imparting all the knowledge I can on these interns. And this is real life. Part of what I tell my interns is, in every work situation, there is a bathroom that is good for pooping.
Right.
And finding that is of primary importance.
Yeah.
At your new workplace.
This is in your orientation.
It is in my part of, and so I'll say, for instance, and I've worked at a few different churches, and I'll just let the cat out of the bag. At churches, it's the bathrooms by the baptisms.
Yep.
There's always a a bathroom there to change in, and it's kind of off the beaten path, and that's where you go poop. And so if anyone's ever working at a church, I'm like, hey, make sure as part of your interview process, ask them about the bathrooms by the baptism, because you're going to need to know that. So that's a part of my intern process. And then I'll affirm you, because not pooping in the close bathroom, it's not about the shame of pooping or not pooping at work. That may be a part of the equation.
Wait. What are you saying? What was that word you just said?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I don't know. Yes, I don't know what you said just there. Huh.
Going to the bathroom at the close bathroom at work is not about where you're shooting your goals, making your hoops, and assigning your tasks. Sorry, that was not near as good.
That was weird.
It's not about the shame of the fact that you're doing your taxes, long form taxes. It's about the fact that if there's that one bathroom everyone has to use, then no one does their taxes in that bathroom. There is a taxes only bathroone that you're supposed to go to. And so it's about saving that bathroom for everyone else, so that everyone can do the squeaky clean in the one bathroom.
That's right. If you're just whistling Dixie, go for it.
Right.
Yeah. And then so my bathrooms are like a single bathroom. You close the door, you lock it, there's your bathroom. Now, in the stall bathrooms, like if you have more than one stall, at the library where I work, we have 2 stalls, and they are, you're just like, you could hold hands under the stall wall with your coworker.
Yes.
Which we do recommend.
I know.
Yes, that is highly recommended. That's also in Wopsle's orientation.
Right, yeah.
Hold hands whenever possible.
And it's just like, oh, man, I don't want to be in there when someone else is in there. I love my coworkers. I just don't want to, I don't know, dunk next to them.
Yeah, when you're pulling a Kit Kat and then like someone comes in and sits right next to you, and you're actually closer than you would be if you were standing next to them in line. Like they're so close to you. And it's so funny. Think of how your entire demeanor changes. Think of what the tricks you pull in order to not be heard by that person right there.
Dude, I'm the master. I'm
pulling one cheek. I'm pulling like one cheek maneuvers to try to squeak out. I'm. Oh,
yep.
Man.
You're doing an ollie. You're doing an ollie in there.
Yep. Yeah.
Kick flip.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. My main bathroom in my office has 4. It's a 4-holer. But if I'm in there playing the tuba, then I am going to say occupied when someone comes in. Like, I don't care how many holes there are in here. I'm playing a solo right now. I'm taking this solo to state, and I need you to get out of my space while I finish it up.
Taking the solo to state. That's what you got.
So do they leave then, or do they just choose a different stall? Like, I mean, I would be okay with them being down in the stall at the end. It's the proximity, I guess, that bothers me. But would they turn around and leave if you say occupied?
Like I said, again, I'm actually back there in the baptistry, and that's a 1-holer for the same reason that you said too, because that's where you want to be. It's got a lock on it. Yeah, it's much better.
2 things real quick. Number 1, I will, if someone walks in and takes the stall 4 down from me, I have absolutely no problem. I'm good to go. I will do whatever I want, because for some reason that amount of distance makes me feel like I'm all good. I can do whatever.
Like they can't hear
Yeah,
you. They don't know who you are.
Right, they can't.
They don't even know you exist.
Mhm. And they're not going to smell. Well, anyway, the other thing is I was going to mention is at my last job, I actually had a long walk to get to the bathroom that I used every time. And, I don't know if you're like me, but if you get in a rhythm, it's kind of like girls and their time of the month that it kind of, what I've heard. Anyway, the point is I would sync up to where every time it would happen in kind of the same fashion around the same time. And if you sync up to where you're not at work when this happens, you're good to go. But if you kind of get off sync and all of a sudden now every lunch break, what has to happen, then you got to do that. You got to do the long walk to the bathrooms that no one knows about.
Oh no! See, you're talking about just like if your rhythm is off. I thought you were saying like when you sync up with Jim
With
from the
other
office.
guys in the office.
And at 2:15, you both walk in every single day, and you're like, "Well, me and Jim are now co-pilots. Like this is just how we roll. We'll buzz on the tower every single day."
And then Jim gets promoted, and another guy comes in, and y'all sync up, and then you're off. You're messed up.
You're both washing your hands. You're like, so what happened to Jim? Oh, he's still in the office. He just decided to go Kit Kat somewhere else.
he found the secret one-holer, the fabled one-holer.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I know that we're probably about out of time on this topic, but I will say I now think that the next logical step is to help people. We need to review dunking in public. Doing dunkers in a public place because
away games.
Dipsy doos and dunkaroos on the opponent's court.
Okay, well, Tony, what do you rate going to the bathroom at work?
This is a really tough one. I want to help so many people. Okay.
Yeah, it's really important. It's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. I want to help them. I'm looking in my mind's eye. I'm looking at them. They are leaning forward. They're ready. This review is going to change their life. And then I say, I rate going to the bathroom at work, dipsy doos and dunkaroos.
Okay, Wopsle, what do you rate it?
And they lean back disappointedly.
And they're like, what the hell does that
crap,
mean?
That didn't mean anything.
They haven't heard this part because they're not listening to the podcast
They're no
anymore.
longer listening.
So,
Wopsle.
Sorry for one quick story, but there's a cursed office at my office, and its door faces the men's bathroom door. So it just so happens ever since I've been at this current office, a woman has been in that office, and her chair directly faces the men's bathroom door.
Oh no.
And she's about 8 feet away from the door.
Oh no.
So if you go in there, she can't help but see you go in there. And when you come out, not only does she see you, but you lock eyes with her. And there's no way not to. So
it would be rude if you didn't look at her, right? If you didn't greet her.
You're looking up at the ceiling the whole time as you walk out.
So you greet her eye to eye as is customary. Some days when you're in there a bit longer than usual, I will say that she gives you what I have come to refer to as what I will also rate going to the bathroom at work. And that is the dirty dog stare.
You
I rate it the dirty dog. I know what you've done.
Yep.
And I do not approve.
I guarantee that if I was in that situation, every single time I walked out, my thought, I might even say it at some point, depending on what I just did, but I would definitely think, I'm sorry. Every single time I might even say it out loud. How would she react, Wopsle, if you came out, you stopped, you look at her, you said, I'm sorry?
Well, listen, the time for euphemisms is gone. So every time I walk out, no matter how long I'm in there, I just yell really loud to make sure she hears, that was a good whiz.
Good.
So she knows.
And then just walk off.
Love doing that number one.
Nothing like a good number one to get me ready for the remainder of the workday.
I'm sure she appreciates that information.
She knows it's a lie. She knows. She gives you the double dirty dog stare.
Right. He's a dunker and a liar. I can't trust this guy anything.
Does she ever say, do you know about the baptism bathroom?
Right. She just slips me a scratch handwritten note one day. Hey, got something for you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, I forgot that I have to do my own rating too. I don't know if I can follow that one.
This is always the best one because you don't know your own ratings. I love it.
Yeah, never.
No, I do know it. I just don't think it's as funny. But so here it is. It's my impression, my censored impression of me taking the kids to the pool. Ready?
No, boy.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
That was my censored impression. Should I do a different one?
No, please don't do anything else. You killed Wopsle. That's all you. That's,
Sorry, Wopsle.
that's all that's required on this podcast.
Oh.
You win if you kill Wopsle. You win the podcast.
I can redo it.
I was hiding in my shirts behind, safely hiding away in my shirts, but I have my earphones in, so I still heard it, and then I almost died. Oh.
I'm putting all those coughs in the podcast.
Oh, boy.
That was great. That was so good, She. That was. You thought it wasn't as funny. That was definitely the best rating we'll have today.
Yeah, great topic, She, and great review, all of those
I
involved.
hope that we've helped everyone.
We
I
must
think
have
that
liked that one because we are right now 37 minutes into recording and we've done one review.
Holy crap. Oh, gosh.
That was a long one.
Okay.
That was a long one, but that's all right. Sometimes we need to do those. Oh, whew. All right. Well, Tone, this week you're up next. What are you bringing for us to review?
I have a very simple, helpful topic. I want to review cats. Kitty cats.
Kitty cats. Okay.
They'll scratch
Center
your
of
face
the
off.
universe.
Oh, God.
All right. Wopsle, what do you think about cats?
You know, I love cats. I feel like we always had cats growing up. If you remember, I had cats growing up. Who gives a little boy cats?
Mm-hmm.
But I had a cat named Wiccan. You remember him?
I do.
Like Barbecue Wiccan, I decided his name was.
Yep.
Right.
Right. We always had a cat. I remember we had a cat named Nermal that just sneezed snot everywhere all the time.
Yes.
But I love cats, and yeah, I haven't had a cat in my adult life, but I think cats are great. Me being the baby of the family, I've always been made much of, right?
Yeah.
So I love that cats do the opposite of that to me.
Yes.
So I'm a big fan of cats. I kind of miss them.
Shishi, what do you think about cats?
Well, I really love cats. I love cats. I do. They're, Wopsle, you just said that they are the opposite of being made much of, but I think if a cat makes much of you, that means a lot more, right?
Oh,
because of that. Like,
You've done something.
it means that you are the best human on the face of the earth.
really
if
does.
a cat makes something of you.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wopsle brought up cat names, and I do have to mention that we had a cat that was named Baby Kitty. Baby Kitty.
Baby kitty. I remember baby kitty. Yes. Well, we did come up with some really good names for our cats. I think most of them came up naturally, though. Like we would name it like Spot or something, something normal. And then we would just start calling it something weird and it would just stick.
The weird one would stick. Yeah.
My current cat, we went through lots of different names and just Alepsa with a P is what stuck. And so now that's what I tell, it's at the vet's office. So it's official now. Her name is Alepsa.
Did we one time name a cat Socks after Bill Clinton's cat? I think we did.
I don't remember.
We had a lot of cats. I don't remember.
Yeah, we had a lot of cats.
It could have been after I left too.
Yeah,
I had
maybe.
one that was named Wee Kiton.
I remember
That
Wee
was just
Kiton.
my
Yeah,
was
I
my
remember
dumb
that.
French accent for Wee Kitten. Wee Kiton.
That's good.
Okay, have you
Yeah.
ever thrown a box in the floor and then watched what a cat does?
Oh yeah.
When a cat gets going playing, that's so good. In a box in there, on a cat toy, on a hot tin roof, whatever cats are playing on, it's so good.
They love to just sit in a box, and then if something happens to pass by, they will, attack it with their paw.
Right.
Just all you see is the paw come out, swipe a couple of times, go back in, but they will just sit in that box.
Yeah.
There's a whole subcategory of just cats sitting in boxes in videos. Videos of cats sitting in boxes
there
and
really?
trying to fit in tinier and tinier boxes. Yes. Yeah.
That makes
It's
sense.
hilarious.
Now, how
It's
about have
hilarious.
you ever had by your cat or any cat actually, even if it wasn't yours, have you ever had your drink knocked off the table by a cat?
Yes.
I'm sure. I know it's been knocked over by my feet. That's for sure.
Your feet and cat.
And then I
are
blamed
not-
the cat. I know I've blamed the cat. I can't remember if the cat has been at fault.
Me and my ex Kristen, we used to have a cat, and she would her favorite thing to do in the world was probably knock drinks off of wherever they were.
So that was just a pastime. It wasn't just a one-time accidental thing. She did it on purpose for fun.
It was a constant thing. I'm not kidding. It was constant. So we were at that time, we weren't living very great, like as far as our health. So we were eating a lot of fast food around that time. So when you go to eat fast food, you get the gigantic drink. And so I would come home from Sonic or McDonald's or something, and I would have my gigantic drink. And Miss Kitty, what's her name? Miss Kitty would come along and just start tapping it. Just a little tap, tap, tap.
The tease.
Yeah, she's testing it, right? What's this gonna do? Little tap, tap, tap. And I'm not even seeing her over there. And next thing I know, splash, kabloom, splash. There is Diet Coke all over the house.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
Happened literally several times a week at least.
That's such a cat thing. Like, I am in charge, and you don't bring that mess into my house.
This does not belong here.
Such a power move.
How do you keep a cat from doing that too? It's like you almost have to just tape your drinks down because you can't get across to the cat that they shouldn't do it. There's no way to punish them for that or deter them from that.
Well, what ended up happening was that I would basically, Kristen would be like, turn on the TV. She would be like, oh, it's American Idol. Let's watch it. And I would just be staring at my cup, watching for the next, watching for cats. And for all night, I would just stare at my cup, and then I would see the cat come over to it. I'd be like, get away. No. And then I would slip up. I would slip up for just a minute. She didn't need long. I would slip up for just a minute. Bam. Coke all over the floor.
Cat's going to catch you sleeping, man. Cat's always going to catch you sleeping.
Was it just fast food cups, or did she do that with glasses, etc.?
That's a great point. And yes, it was every cup.
Okay.
There were two things really that were, I'll say, totally screwed in our house. And one of them was cups of any sort. Anything containing liquid was in trouble. The other thing was the entire bottom half of the Christmas tree was toast. It was toast.
Oh, that's a whole nother. Yeah. We love cats until we get the Christmas tree out.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's true. All of Christmas time is just like time for cats to get it. If it's a Christmas tree, if there's like presents with bows and stuff on there, or like Christmas presents, and then like there's wrapped up wrapping paper off to the side, tons of boxes like you were talking about, Tone.
Right.
Cats are like, I cannot wait. It's like Christmas for those fools.
It really is.
It's like literal Christmas. That wasn't that funny. You don't have to laugh about that.
All right.
That was
Now, next episode, I've never done this before, give you a heads up of what I'll be reviewing next episode. But in order to help people the most, I want to let everyone know I will be reviewing dogs next episode. So we're not going to talk about the cat dog paradigm today. But yeah, you know, cats are so interesting and fun. And it is a huge deal. If cats had the same love for you that dogs have, it would not be as awesome. Cats would not be as cool.
I agree.
Yeah, cats. I was thinking about the trope of cats in every animated movie. Like there is only one attitude of cat. Mm-hmm. And he's like too good. And he's walking along and knocking stuff off the top of the piano. Yep. And he's just like chilling and relaxing. And the dog is like going crazy. Like, when's the owner going to come home? And the cat's like, I don't know, too soon.
Yeah. Yeah. But they're really not like that in real life. That's what it's like really sad that they have such a bad rap because they are very sweet and affectionate. It's just different from a puppy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It really is.
All of those funny videos of cats are funny because they are more reserved. So when they mess up, they look ridiculous. And dogs are always flopping around out there doing crazy stuff. So they don't look ridiculous when they mess up. But
so true.
Cats look ridiculous. And so it's more funny.
Yes. A cat looking a fool is so much funny. Like on a video. When they do something stupid, like they're always so smooth, right? So when they're not, you like...
Right.
Get it. Also, it feels kind of good because they're always laughing at you. So when you get to laugh at a cat too, it feels pretty good. I agree. Yeah.
I do have to mention that that same cat, Miss Kitty. So we had hardwood floors in this house. And one day I was sitting on the hardwood floor in the living room playing with Miss Kitty. And the hallway is right in front of me. The hallway is also hardwood floors. It's a pretty long hallway. And it just occurred to me, I bet Miss Kitty would slide on these hardwood floors if I put her on her back and pushed her.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Cat curling.
Cat, exactly. Yes.
I followed your train of thought perfectly. I was on board, loving it.
Cat curling. I played cat curling for hours and hours and hours. Because she loved it. Every time I would push her, she would get to the end of her slide and come up onto her feet and peel out for a minute, and then like haul ass toward me and run back up and like do it again. And we did that over and over for hours.
I remember Miss Kitty, and she was the biggest fluff ball. She had fur growing out from between her toes. She was so fluffy, and so she probably didn't even feel the floor.
No.
She just knew she was flying.
You're right. And she had another thing she would do is that there was the little nook in the hallway that was for a phone, a little telephone nook, right? Mm-hmm. And so she would get up onto that and then sit there and just wait. And anyone that walked by, she'd give you a tap. Just one, just boom. And never with claws. She just wait. Somebody came by, she go,
Can I knock you over?
Yeah.
No? Okay. See ya.
So anyway, that's cats, guys. Wopsle, what do you rate cats? I want you to help somebody.
I rate cats making biscuits. Is that what it's called when cats do that thing on you, Making biscuits.
Is that what it's called? Okay, I didn't know that.
Or kneading dough.
Okay.
Kneading dough.
I like making biscuits better.
It's my favorite thing that a cat does.
Oh, that's great. Shishi, what do you rate cats?
I rate cats. I can has cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah.
LOL cats. How did we not talk about those?
Lol cats. Okay, so there's going to be, in the future, we're going to have to review lol cats or internet cats.
That's a revisit. Mm-hmm.
I am going to review cats in my usual confusing way. 9 out of 10 Diet Cokes on the floor. 9 out of 10.
That's it's either good or bad. I don't know. It's a high number, but it's a bad thing. So
yeah, exactly.
Ultimate confusion. Great topic. I hope that everybody hugs their cats a little tighter tonight as they're thinking about how special they are. All right. Well, this week's 5-star review is for a podcast that we've been listening to called Pool Boys Recommend. Have you guys been listening to these guys?
Yes, I love them. They're so funny.
I love them. They're good. Now, I will say, anybody who's listening to our podcast, it might be a little bit of a change because they're not bad. It's just that they do cuss. That's the only thing.
They're not experts by any means, but they have much more knowledge about their subjects than we do.
Yeah.
So true.
Like they really actually talk about the things, whereas we never have any idea about what we're talking about.
Right.
Yes, they actually experience things before they talk about them.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and some of the things that had to happen on the last episode I listened to, a guy had to carry an egg on his person for 24 hours straight. And so after he did that, he had a lot to talk about, and he actually experienced that thing. So I think that Pool Boys Recommend, they're helping a lot of people as well. Let's be honest.
Yes, there are helpful brothers.
Yeah, I think so. She, do you have a favorite thing they've done so far?
I think Love Shack, the Love Shack recommendation was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
One of them had to listen to Love Shack 100 times. And so I learned some things from that.
Yeah, and I love that in that one in particular, you could tell he was about to crack. You could tell he was on the edge.
Yeah.
And it was really fun to get to kind of witness that in an audio medium. Tone, do you have kind of a favorite one of the things that they've done so far?
Well, I have to mention that and maybe this isn't true, but it sounded like it to me, that in the couple of episodes after the Love Shack thing happened, he would occasionally say something in a very loud, obnoxious voice, and it would make me think Fred from B-52s.
Right.
Fred Snyder.
It's like it's in his head now.
Yeah.
Like it has become a part of him.
There's so many that are so good, but I think that on this last episode, just the sheer challenge of washing all of your dishes and all of your clothes by hand for 1 week. That was incredible. I mean, how hard would that be? And he said, of course, they're in Australia. So for them right now, we're in summer, they're in winter. And so he had to hang his clothes out, and they would basically just freeze and stay wet.
That sounds a lot like our childhood.
I remember that too, growing up. I really do.
Yep.
I felt that so hard when he talked about that.
We washed everything by hand.
Yeah. Well, and I think one of my favorite parts is that every week they watch 10 seconds of the movie Home Alone together.
It's so
It's something about the absurdity of that is so funny to me too. So it's just a lot of fun, and I think that it's worth your time to go check out. So they've sent us over a little preview, a little trailer for their podcast. So here is a little bit more about the podcast. Pool Boys Recommend.
Oh, g'day.
How's it going?
Nice to meet you.
I'm Stu.
I'm Chris.
I'm Dave.
And we're the Pool Boys.
We're the hosts of
Pool Boys Recommend. It's a podcast where we suggest stuff to each other.
We do it.
And then we review it.
You remember like show and tell at school?
It's kind of like that, but this week I had a mental breakdown.
You're a music lover, Stu, okay?
I am, yes.
What is this going to be?
And so I want you to listen to B-52's seminal classic Love Shack 100 times.
Oh my God.
You know, it's just when you're going to sleep, when you're having a shower.
100 times.
You can start playing it now, maybe.
Oh my God.
You're only yourself to blame if next episode I come back on the air and I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Here's another cheeky little clip for you.
Oh, this podcast is great.
That was a dramatization of you enjoying the podcast in the future.
When you check out
Pool Boys Recommend. Find us on Spotify and
Stitcher and
Apple
Google
Podcasts, even our own website.
You know where to get podcasts.
Come on. You're listening to one now.
Love you, Pool Boys.
Love you, bye.
Love you, Pool Boys.
All right. Well, hey, I have the last review this week, and so I want to make sure that we are helping the most people by reviewing things that they're going to encounter in their day-to-day lives. So I want us to review gas station food, friends.
Okay.
I'm talking about taquitos. I'm talking about pizza pockets. I'm talking about double char broils. It's a wide variety of gas station food. I do want to differentiate. It's not snack food. It is more kind of the sort of, this is a strong word for it, but the meal food.
Right.
Quote unquote fresh food.
Right.
The main entree, if you will.
The entrees you can get. Yeah.
Livers and gizzards,
so-
man.
Livers and gizzards, get out of here.
I'm all over
So
that.
see, you're a fan of the gas station food, huh?
Oh my gosh. Okay, we had I can't eat that stuff without severe consequences nowadays, but I
Right.
remember fondly livers and gizzards. I remember pizza pockets. I remember
Mhm.
barbecue pork sandwiches.
Burritos? Oh, yeah.
Burritos,
Oh,
fried
uh-huh,
chimichanga
uh-huh.
type burritos. Oh gosh, there's mozzarella sticks. Holy crap, there's so much. There's so much. And it's all
Yeah.
good.
Corn
It's all
dogs?
really
Corn
bad.
dogs?
Corn dogs, yep.
Yeah. Tone, what do you think? I know that I feel like you and I have the same kind of love, nostalgia love for gas station food.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I have this particular skill set that you have brought up. I actually have that in my in my repertoire. If it's under the heat lamp, I want it. You know, if it's on one of those rolly thingies, I want it.
When someone goes into the gas station, I say, "Hey, if there's something under the heater, get it in my eater."
No, you did not.
That's what I tell them every time.
Have you
I
ever
do.
really said that?
Yep.
No.
Yep. And then I say, "Hey, if they got a heat lamp, bring it to my mouth clamps." I said,
Oh, how embarrassing for
that's
you.
what I do. I'm saying these things to try to get the gas station food into my mouth.
How embarrassing. Sherry said how embarrassing for you. And I'm saying that's right. How embarrassing that you got kicked out of a gas station 327 times.
I wish I could hug you right now. I'm not sure why.
I say if the fryers are greasing, it's good for some eating.
No.
That's what I always say to them.
No. I'm going to put my hands on my hips. No.
Yeah.
If you think I'm talking weird, I might get some in my beard.
I think that could be anything. That could be pie. So
Could be
Well.
lots of bad things. Yeah.
You know that? Oh, you said pie. That brings me to something that I've thought about. Like, it's very surprising that these gas station foods that they have these under the heat lamp, and you've got burritos that have almost the exact same consistency as a McDonald's fried pie.
Mm.
Why are the
Mhm.
gas stations not doing the fried pie?
Don't some of them?
I don't know that I've ever encountered one.
in a box, but not underneath the lamp. And again, there's a big
Hmm.
distinction between the stuff that's under the lamp
Yes.
Right.
and the stuff that's not.
I totally agree with that.
I also
Yes.
think growing up in my experiences, there's also a difference actually between the rollers and like the heat lamp, like the chicken tendies and the potato wedges and that kind of stuff. Like there's a bit of a class distinction there too. I think that if you got to give me one or the other, I'm going with the deep fried stuff under the lamp.
Oh, yeah.
and not
Okay.
the
I thought you were
roller.
going to go the
Right.
other way. And I was like, no way. No way.
Yeah, no, the roller's kind of a consolation prize if they don't have the other stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, because
That's
they're
right.
sitting under that lamp and they're just developing a golden patina of,
Yes.
old grease. It's just,
Yes.
what that's going to feel like on your tongue. Really greasy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do you remember pizza pockets and how difficult it was? Like akin to brain surgery, how delicate you had to eat that thing
Right.
to eat it while it was warm
Yes.
without burning your whole
Oh my
existence
gosh.
off.
I think I have
And-
scars on my chin from pizza pocket burns.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids today think they know about this because of pizza rolls, Totino's pizza rolls.
Mhm.
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. In fact, pizza rolls kind of solved the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you could, you only had to handle it kind of a bite or two at a time. But when you had this giant molten pocket where that the lightest squeeze was going to goosh meat lava all over your chin, like the stakes
Meat
are
lava?
high. The stakes are so
Meat
high.
lava. You never knew where it was going to come from, too. It could bust out the
Right.
bottom, the side, the top. You never do. Okay, how about this, guys? You're not going to believe this. Wopsle may have been actually part of it at one point. But so me and my bandmate, Jake, who is no longer with us, he passed away. But Jake was my best friend. And Jake and I walked into our hometown grocery store, and Jake was always pulling off stuff like this, but he said, hey, all that stuff under that lamp, it's 6 p.m. You're about to close right now. They closed at 6. We were in there at like 6:01. He said, you're about to throw all that away, aren't you? And they were like, yeah. He said, give it to me for $3. That's going to be $3 you didn't have before. They said, okay. And they pulled out a cardboard container that was approximately, I'm going to say at least a foot high. Was about as big around. It was a cylinder. Okay. And so it was about a foot high cylinder that was about as big around as, almost as big around as a record, a vinyl record, full to the top of gas station food that had been sitting there for a long time.
Oh yeah,
for
sounds
$3.
so awesome.
It was amazing, and we did that like about once a week. We would be like, "Oh, we catch them," and we'd be like, "Hey, we go in there all the time." And sometimes they'd be like, "We don't have anything for you," and then sometimes it would be a smorgasbord. And we would get crazy.
I'm feeling like I need to get myself a heat lamp now for the kitchen.
Mhm.
Yeah, like cook dinner, but like do it at like 1 p.m. and then just put it under there.
Just put it under the heat lamp. Here you go, kids. It's nicely seasoned for you.
Says, is dinner ready, Mom? You're gonna wait another hour 15 under the heat lamp before it's like real glazed over. It's not fully congealed yet, so you're gonna want to pump the brakes.
Yum.
Oh, it's so good.
Well, yeah, I think fewer and fewer places have like that good gas station food, but man, when you find it, it is a sight to behold.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
So let's try now to muster what we can and our unified love for this gas station food and see if we can help the people with a rating. Shisha, you're up first. What do you rate gas station food?
I rate gas station food 58 livers and gizzards.
58. Okay.
You guys always did love those. Yeah.
Lizards and givers that's where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 58 of them. That's a lot. That's like a whole tub full, a whole cylinder full. Oh, that's good. All right, Tone, what do you rate gas station food?
There's a lot of livers and gizzards, man. Wow.
I can eat them if my gallbladder would let me.
Okay. I'm going to rate gas station food. See, here's the problem. I do love it, but it's not good for you. It's bad for you. It's
so bad for you. It's kind of evil. I would even say, like the way that it treats you back is so bad.
Right, and you're gonna have problems with your Kit Kats from now on for a couple of days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not great, and because of that, when I take all of that information and I plug it in and mix it with how much I love it, I give gas station food a 10 out of 10.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
It was a roller coaster. I love.
That is a
where we have landed.
Clear cut for what?
All of those things do not matter. Give me that pizza pocket.
Do not matter. I can't wait to see what they say on Facebook about it because I bet there's going to be some people like, y'all are crazy. That's disgusting.
Yeah, we're about to see how like country/white trash our audience is with how well this is received.
That's right. Oh, the pool boys are going to listen to this episode and they're going to hear like how they're going to be so jazzed because we talked about them for a while and then heard the trailer and they're going to be like, yeah, this is great. And we're from Australia. And then they're going to hear this part and they're going to go, okay, Americans, what's wrong with you? What are you doing?
We're pulling our trailer.
Well, I'm going to rate gas station food the give me one of everything because that's what I used to do at Save a Stop. One of every single thing you got in there, and it was always a great call.
Yeah.
When I would do that.
Yeah.
One of everything.
Yes.
Good rating.
Yeah.
I like that rating a lot. I reserve that one for the future. I'm going to copy you.
Man. Well, hey, I hope that everyone out there has felt like that they have been helped and encouraged and informed so that they can live better lives. Hey, if you're listening and liking what's going on, we would love to know what you're doing or how you're liking it. Or if you have any review ideas, you can send those to us at reviews@kick.cool. We would love to hear from you.
Also, I want to just say, if there's anything you don't like about our podcast, you can send us that too. Let us know.
Shove it.
Yeah.
No.
Shove it
No. Tell us.
right in your Duncan
Please tell
hole.
us if you don't like something. In your Kit Kat hole. I want to thank the band Bugs, BUGS, for letting us use the song Reviews from their album Self Help. Thank you, Bugs.
Thanks, Bugs.
Thanks, Bugs. I want to invite everybody to come over and follow us on Twitter so I can follow you back. I mean, it's automatically follow back, obviously. Yeah.
Team follow back for sure.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's all the time we've got for this week, but we'll catch you next week with more reviews you didn't know you needed. Until then, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
I really do.
I love you.
I really do.
I'm swiping as you pass me by in the hallway.
Cake cool.
I'm not laughing at that.
That's good. That's really good. She